Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am absolutely buzzing today because we have massive leaked spoilers about the upcoming Monaco trip. Sheila is crossing international borders, and a catastrophic beach rescue is about to change the Forrester family forever. Monaco is about to become ground zero for the most unimaginable plot twist in recent daytime history. The glittering Mediterranean coastline will serve as the backdrop for a life-or-death scenario that shatters every boundary Steffy Forrester Finnegan has ever drawn. Sheila is not just lurking in the shadows of Los Angeles anymore. She is taking her psychotic obsession on a transatlantic flight, tracking her son and her absolute worst enemy all the way to the luxurious shores of Monte Carlo. The sheer audacity of this nine-toed villain is reaching unprecedented heights, and the fallout will be nothing short of explosive. For weeks, we have watched Steffy lay down the ultimate law. She stood right in the middle of John Finnegan's hospital office and declared absolute war on her mother-in-law. Steffy looked Sheila dead in the eye and forbade her from ever coming near Finn, Hayes, or Kelly. The ban was ironclad. The hatred was palpable. Steffy has built an impenetrable fortress around her family, determined to keep the murderous psychopath out at all costs. But Steffy drastically underestimated the relentless, calculating nature of a woman who refuses to be erased from her son's life. Back in Los Angeles, Sheila has been playing a vicious game of emotional blackmail. She is currently holding Deacon Sharp's freedom hostage, flat out refusing to sign those divorce papers unless Taylor Hayes brokers a deal for visitation. Sheila wants access to her family, and she is willing to torture Taylor to get it. Taylor has been sweating bullets, terrified of what Sheila might do next, desperately wanting Deacon to be free but knowing Steffy will never budge. But why should Sheila wait for Taylor to fail? Why rely on a middleman when she can force the ultimate confrontation herself? Sheila is taking matters into her own hands, packing her bags, and following the Forrester Finnegan clan straight to the glamorous French Riviera. The scene is set for pure, unadulterated soapy perfection. Steffy and Finn are traveling to Monaco, seeking a romantic escape from the suffocating corporate wars and family feuds back home. They want to soak in the Mediterranean sun, walk the cobblestone streets, and reaffirm their love away from the toxic chaos of Los Angeles. Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester are joining them, bringing the full weight of the Forrester legacy to the European coast. The champagne will be flowing, the yachts will be bobbing in the crystal-clear water, and the family will be lulled into a false sense of absolute security. They believe they have left their demons thousands of miles away. They are dead wrong. Leaked photos and behind-the-scenes footage have set the internet absolutely on fire. The cameras have been rolling on the beaches of Monte Carlo, and the visual evidence points to a massive, high-stakes disaster. Steffy, Finn, and Sheila have all been spotted filming on the sand. The glamorous vacation is about to turn into a terrifying fight for survival. We know that disaster strikes when they least expect it. The ocean is unpredictable, and a sudden, violent crisis is about to plunge Steffy into a life-threatening situation. Imagine the sheer terror of the moment. Steffy is caught in the treacherous waters of the Mediterranean. A rogue wave, a vicious riptide, or a sudden boating accident throws her into the unforgiving sea. The panic sets in immediately. The water fills her lungs. She is fighting against the current, desperate to stay afloat, desperate to get back to her husband and her children. Finn is on the shore, screaming her name, tearing off his shirt, and sprinting toward the water. But he is too far away. The current is too strong. The love of his life is slipping beneath the surface, and the brilliant doctor is utterly powerless to save her. Enter the ultimate wildcard. A shadow cuts through the water. Someone is swimming with ferocious, desperate speed toward the drowning Forrester CEO. It is not Finn. It is not Ridge. It is Sheila. The woman who once cornered Steffy in a filthy, rain-soaked alley and pulled a trigger, leaving her bleeding out on top of garbage bags, is now plunging into the Mediterranean to save her life. The poetic irony is staggering. The psychological whiplash is enough to induce vertigo. Sheila is risking her own life to save the woman who has sworn to destroy her. This is the ultimate redemption play, and it is going to be executed with breathtaking intensity. Sheila reaches Steffy just as she goes under. She grabs her, fighting the violent waves, pulling her bitter rival back to the surface. Sheila battles the ocean, dragging a coughing, sputtering Steffy back to the safety of the sandy shore. Finn arrives just in time to witness the impossible. He falls to his knees in the sand, pulling his wife into his arms, completely paralyzed by the sight before him. His birth mother, the monster who nearly destroyed his family, has just performed a miracle. Steffy opens her eyes, choking on salt water, her vision blurry from the stinging sea. The first face she sees is Finn, tears streaming down his cheeks. The second face she sees is Sheila. The shock will paralyze her. The hatred that has fueled Steffy for years will instantly collide with the undeniable reality that she owes her next breath to the devil herself. How do you condemn the hands that just pulled you from the abyss? How do you banish the woman who just ensured your children will not grow up without a mother? Brad Bell, the mastermind behind this incredible soap opera, has already dropped a massive tease. He explicitly stated that whatever happens in Monaco will change their lives forever. This is not a temporary truce. This is a fundamental, seismic shift in the core dynamic of the show. Sheila has always been a troublemaker, but Belle insists she can still change to an extent. Monaco is the ultimate proving ground. Sheila previously saved Kelly from drowning at the beach in Los Angeles, but Steffy refused to let that erase the past. Steffy argued that saving her daughter did not negate the bullet in her chest. But what happens when Sheila saves Steffy directly? What happens when the debt is entirely personal? The psychological warfare that will follow this beach rescue is going to be legendary. Steffy has built her entire identity around protecting her family from Sheila. Her trauma is valid, her fears are justified, and her boundaries are absolute. But this single act of heroism will shatter that fortress into a million pieces. Steffy will be forced to confront a terrifying question: is it possible for a monster to genuinely seek redemption? Can a murderous psychopath truly transform into a guardian angel? Sheila will not demand a thank you. She will play the humble savior, looking at Finn with tears in her eyes, proving that her love for her son is stronger than her hatred for his wife. The leaked footage does not stop at the beach. The cameras also moved to a stunning, historic church in Monte Carlo. Why a church? A place of sanctuary, a place of forgiveness, and most importantly, a place of holy matrimony. The speculation is running wild, and the pieces are falling perfectly into place. After brushing so closely with death, Steffy and Finn will realize how fragile life truly is. They will not want to waste another second. They will rush to the altar of this magnificent cathedral to renew their wedding vows, reaffirming their eternal bond in the wake of a terrifying tragedy. But the church scene carries a massive, burning question. Who gets a seat in the pews? Does Sheila get an invitation to the vow renewal? Imagine the visual masterpiece of Steffy standing at the altar in a stunning Monaco gown, looking out into the church, and giving a subtle, emotional nod to the woman sitting in the back row. If Steffy allows Sheila to witness this sacred moment, it will mark the official end of the war. It will be the ultimate victory for Sheila, a victory she secured not with a gun, but with a desperate, heroic swim in the Mediterranean. Finn's reaction to this entire ordeal will be equally compelling. He has been torn apart for years, caught in a suffocating tug-of-war between his fierce loyalty to his wife and his complicated, undeniable connection to his birth mother. He has played the referee, the peacekeeper, and the protector. But seeing Sheila save Steffy will break down every remaining wall in his heart. Finn will finally get the chance to embrace the woman who gave birth to him without the crushing weight of Steffy's judgment. The gratitude he will feel toward Sheila will be overwhelming, cementing a bond that can never be broken again. And we cannot forget the ripple effects this will have on the rest of the family. Ridge Forrester was the ultimate hero the last time the show filmed in Monte Carlo. He swooped in to save the day and reclaim his destiny. This time, Ridge is going to be sidelined, forced to watch his arch-nemesis play the savior. The psychological torment for Ridge will be absolutely delicious. He despises Sheila more than anyone on earth. He has vowed to protect Steffy from her at all costs. Now, Ridge will have to look Sheila in the eye and utter the two words he never thought he would say: thank you. The sheer agony of that moment will be Emmy-worthy material. Brooke Logan will be standing right by Ridge's side, her Logan intuition screaming at full volume. Brooke has always been skeptical, always ready to point out a manipulation. She will watch Sheila play the hero, and she will warn everyone that a tiger never changes its stripes. Brooke will argue that Sheila orchestrated this entire scenario, that she stalked them to Monaco precisely for an opportunity like this. But Brooke's warnings will fall on deaf ears. How can you accuse someone of manipulation when they just risked drowning to save the Forrester CEO? Brooke will be alienated, forced to watch the Forrester family slowly lower their defenses against the ultimate predator. This Monaco miracle will also completely obliterate the storyline back in Los Angeles. Taylor Hayes has been agonizing over Sheila's blackmail, terrified that she will have to betray Steffy to secure Deacon's freedom. But Sheila will not even need Taylor's help anymore. She is bypassing the middleman and securing her own access. When Taylor and Deacon finally get the news of what happened in Monte Carlo, they will be utterly speechless. Deacon will feel a surge of pride for his ex-wife, validating his long-held belief that Sheila is capable of good. Taylor will be left spinning, realizing that the dynamic has shifted so drastically that her psychiatric evaluations of Sheila are now entirely obsolete. The ramifications for the Forrester Creations corporate world will also be massive. Steffy is the co-CEO, the iron-fisted leader of the fashion empire. Her near-death experience will shift her priorities. The petty corporate squabbles with House of Logan, the relentless feuding with Hope, and the boardroom politics will suddenly seem entirely insignificant. Steffy will return to Los Angeles a changed woman, carrying a new perspective on life, forgiveness, and family. Will she extend an olive branch to Hope? Will she finally end the fashion war? Or will her newfound peace only make her more vulnerable to the sharks circling in the water? Let us dive deeper into the sheer cinematic brilliance of these leaked scenes. The production value of The Bold and the beautiful going-on location is always spectacular. The sweeping aerial shots of the Monaco coastline, the luxurious yachts, the historic architecture, all of it elevates the drama to a global scale. Seeing Sheila, a woman usually confined to the shadows of Il Giardino or the claustrophobic walls of a prison cell, standing in the blazing Mediterranean sun is a visual feast. She is out of her element, yet completely in control of the narrative. She is a predator operating in a glamorous new jungle. If Steffy and Finn renew their vows, could we also see a double vow renewal? Ridge and Brooke are the ultimate super couple, and the romantic atmosphere of Monte Carlo is practically begging for a grand gesture. Ridge and Brooke have survived their own endless cycle of betrayals, manipulations, and near misses. Watching Steffy and Finn reaffirm their love might inspire Ridge to pull Brooke into the church and pledge his eternal devotion once again. A double vow renewal would be the ultimate soapy extravaganza, a celebration of love and survival in the face of absolute terror. But the lingering question remains, is Sheila truly reformed? Brad Bell said she will always be a troublemaker. This means that even if she gains access to the family, she will inevitably cause chaos. Once Sheila is allowed back into the Cliff House, once she is finally allowed to hold baby Hayes and sit at the dinner table, the real psychological thriller begins. Sheila will want more. She always wants more. She will want to be the matriarch, the ultimate authority figure in Finn's life. She will subtly start undermining Steffy, planting seeds of doubt, manipulating situations to ensure she remains the center of attention. Steffy's complete change of attitude toward Sheila will be the most fascinating character study of the year. Steffy is fiercely stubborn, proud, and fiercely protective. Watching her slowly dismantle her own boundaries will be a masterclass in emotional storytelling. She will have to explain her change of heart to her father, to Taylor, and to Liam. Liam Spencer will absolutely lose his mind when he finds out Sheila is allowed near Kelly again. The co-parenting dynamic between Steffy and Liam will explode, providing a massive new source of conflict as Liam tries to enforce the boundaries that Steffy has suddenly abandoned. Liam has always viewed Sheila as the ultimate threat. He will not care about a beach rescue in Monaco. He will argue that Sheila is a ticking time bomb, and he will demand that Kelly be kept far away from her. This will put Steffy in an impossible position, caught between her gratitude toward Sheila and her duty to her children's safety. Finn will fiercely defend his mother, leading to explosive confrontations between the two men in Steffy's life. The beach rescue will not just change Steffy's attitude, it will ignite a massive new war between the Spencers and the Finnegans. The sheer volume of storylines colliding in Monaco is breathtaking. You have the ultimate villain seeking redemption, the ultimate heroine facing her mortality, the conflicted husband finding peace, and the protective father watching his worst nightmare become a savior. Every single glance, every single tear, every single word spoken on that beach and in that church will carry the weight of years of history. The alley shooting, the hospital confrontations, the prison escapes, all of it leads to this singular, defining moment on the French Riviera. Sheila's blackmail of Taylor will instantly dissolve into a footnote of history. Sheila will gladly sign those divorce papers for Deacon, knowing she has secured a much greater prize. She doesn't need Deacon anymore. She doesn't need Taylor's advocacy. She has won the ultimate jackpot, Steffy Forrester's gratitude. Sheila will return to Los Angeles not as a pariah, but as a hero. She will walk into Il Giardino with her head held high, ordering a celebratory drink, knowing that she has finally achieved the impossible. She has broken the unbreakable Steffy Forrester. The fans are already losing their minds over these leaks. The forums are blazing with theories, debates, and sheer anticipation. Some fans are demanding that Steffy hold her ground, arguing that a rescue does not erase a murder attempt. Other fans are rooting for Sheila, eager to see a new dynamic where the villain actually gets a seat at the family table. The brilliance of this storyline is that it divides the audience perfectly. There is no easy answer. There is no clear right or wrong. It is messy, emotional, and profoundly human. As the Monaco trip approaches, the tension will continue to build. The episodes leading up to the flight will be packed with ominous foreshadowing. Steffy talking about how safe she feels, Finn talking about leaving the drama behind, Rich promising a flawless vacation. The audience will be screaming at their screens, knowing that Sheila is packing her bags and booking a one-way ticket to chaos. The moment Sheila's face is revealed in the background of a Monaco cafe, the collective gasp of the audience will be deafening. This is what makes the bold and the beautiful a global phenomenon. The ability to take a decades-old rivalry, relocate it to a stunning international destination, and flip the entire dynamic on its head in a single, heart-stopping moment. The writers are swinging for the fences, delivering the kind of high-stakes, glamorous drama that defined the golden age of soap operas. The Monaco trip is going to be required viewing, an absolute masterclass in suspense, emotion, and jaw-dropping twists. So, as we brace ourselves for the Mediterranean madness, we have to ask the ultimate question. When the salt water clears and the vows are spoken, who will really be in control? Has Sheila truly changed, or is this just the most elaborate, dangerous manipulation of her entire criminal career? Will Steffy regret letting the devil into her sanctuary? What do you think is going to happen in Monaco? Will Sheila's heroic act truly erase the past, or is Steffy making a fatal mistake by trusting her? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss a breakdown.